Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have that live show match action coming at you. We've got a good one here. Birdkickr now going to be taking on RSVP. So cOLRsvp did lose in that last match between him and Birdkickr. RSVP now going to be stepping in and representing the Protoss race. He does play as red, very, very standard. He always plays as red. I love that about him. It's actually kind of cool that he always just plays as that standard red color. And here we are on Daybreak. It is a two-player map here. And there's the good luck, have fun from both of these players. Now notice that Birdkickr is spawning as our orange Zerg down here in the bottom left-hand corner. Up in the top right, it is RSVP spawning as our red Protoss, as we mentioned just a moment ago. Two-player map mentioned ago as well, and it is going to be a Forge Fast Expand here from RSVP. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love Forge Fast Expanding on this map. It's actually a relatively long rush distance, so you can get away with quite a bit early game, especially if you've got good map awareness. You know what's coming your way. You want to get good scouts out on your opponent. Notice that he is going to send a probe out. RSVP, that is, sending his probe, going to get a good scout out on Birdkickr. Birdkickr looks like he is going to go for an expansion here. Nope, that's the scout, so could be anything still from Birdkickr, but spawning pool first, it appears. There he goes. Pool first. Going to follow that up with a hatchery here in just a few moments. And RSVP looks like he's going to be ready to deny the natural from Birdkickr, regardless of what timing he's going to put it down. There he goes. He sees it and immediately sees the drone and immediately turns himself around, wants to get in position to block this. It's just going to be as pesky as possible. Probably going to see a pylon from him here in just a moment. Ooh, blocked. Almost. Birdkickr almost getting it down. There he goes. He did get it that time. RSVP going to have to evacuate the probe. Lucky for him, he will get to keep that guy alive, it appears. So not a bad little deal. He's going to cruise back up here. Wants to scout one more time, checking for gas. Wants to see if his opponent's going into a two-base roach rush. And that's a pretty smart little play there. Forge here for RSVP is gone down. We do have one drone trying to be a hero. Is going to try and take down that Forge. Not quite going to happen. Looks like RSVP's hero probe is going to be able to chase that guy off. Almost won that battle there. But RSVP does have his Nexus gone down in great time. And there goes your Forge. Probably going to see that cannon immediately. Indeed, indeed. I like the positioning here. Oh, he doesn't like it apparently. Oh, he wants it back one more. I see. Back one more. Well, it's not a bad little deal. Looks to be in great position. That way what he can do is now put his gateway right here. That's what he wants to do. So that it's flush. And it leaves the gap right there. So beautiful positioning actually. And I definitely agree with RSVP. Far be it for me, right, to disagree with RSVP. But RSVP chrono boosting out his economy here very, very well. Continuing to produce those probes. Probably going to see his Cybernetics core go down right here in this position. Where I said that he was going to put a gateway, but probably going to be Cybercore. He's almost got the mins for it. He's got the mins for it. There we go. There goes your Cybercore. Nice little gap there. Should be able to block that with a Zealot. But going to keep working on his probes. Probably going to see some good chronos go down on that economy still. Indeed, he is. Checking in on that units tab. 24 probes right now to 21 drones. RSVP in phenomenal shape here economically, but guess what? Back here at Birdkickr side of the map, there is a third going down. So he's really, really hitting this macro up hardcore. Going to try and get that economy rolling, rolling, rolling. It's one of the things Birdkickr is known for, man. I'll tell you. Really gets that early economy very, very quickly. Knows how to defend his bases very well early game with very few units. Never overcommits there, and that's one of the great things about that guy. RSVP, though, very methodical player in his own right. He loves to get his fast expansions out. He takes them very, very safely. You will generally see him right around the 6.5 minute mark start to toss down a whole bunch of gateways. Ooh, Twilight Council going down, though, for RSVP here fairly quick. But I do expect to start seeing him put down some extra unit production structures. There we go. Good to see a couple gateways come out of RSVP right as expected. 6.5 minutes in. Looks to be in great job. Looks to be a great job. A couple more there. But it looks like Birdkickr does have his third base up and running. Tech from him is, well, what can we say, but non-existent at this point. Just droning up. 3 bases, no lair. Yeah, no roach warren. I mean, nothing at this point. Absolutely nothing out on the field. Spine crawlers, a couple zerglings in production, and he's going to continue droning. You can see him droning up here yet again. There we go. There's your tech. It is going to be a lair. Tossing down his roach warren as well. And he's got pretty good map presence. RSVP did send 1 probe over here. Looks like he did get found out. Unfortunately for him, Birdkicker able to take that out. A nice little snipe there. No forward pylons for you, he says. Don't want zealots in my base. So not too bad. But good positioning here of these units, and RSVP now with his warp gate technology complete, and he's getting out a couple more gateways as well as his robotics facility here. So not a bad little deal, as well as a dark shrine. No, I know he's played Birdkicker before. Is very, very aware of his capability as well as some of the intricacies of his gameplay. Knows that he's very, very mineral heavy early game, which means he will be a little bit shy on tech. But Evo Chamber is complete here in just a moment, so he will have the availability of good detection units. Just a few moments, but DTs should be cruising out across the field regardless. That DT Shrine is about to be complete. Should see a warp in here momentarily. Wonder what he's going to do here. No detection at this base, but look at this. A couple zealots cruising out here regardless. Does see the 1 roach. I'm going to back out immediately. Now we should have some DTs. Looks like there's 3 of them right there. Going to go hit that base. Notice what he did there. He scouted with those 3 zealots. Cruised in there. Noticed there was absolutely no detection. Knows that it's safe to send in his DTs here without necessarily losing them. Is going to go ahead and split these guys up. These 2 headed to this base that he did scout. And we do have some detection here, though. An Overseer at this position. It looks like RSVP going to cruise back here to the mineral line regardless, but there's 1 Overseer there. These 2 DTs did get thwarted. Birdkicker grabbing his detection just barely in time. My goodness. Great game sense here for Birdkicker, and now he's coming into quite a large lead when it comes down to it. 110 supply to 75 supply of RSVP. RSVP doesn't have a lot of minerals that he can really spend at this point, but no third from him, which is kind of an interesting little play. Checking in on that units tab, the economy still in favor of Birdkicker, but RSVP not too far behind, only, what, 11 behind? That's not too bad here. 64 to 53. Not terrible. RSVP with a forward pylon is going to get sniped, unfortunately. Brutal stuff. Birdkicker shutting him down here at just about every turn. Notice that RCP is going to try and secure his 3rd, however, and I like that play from him. But Birdkicker's now got a great deal of roaches out on the field. RCP going to try a couple drops here and there with his DTs. Going to pick off some creep tumors there. That's super pesky. I like it. I love it. A Warp Prism and a Observer cruising around together with some DTs. It's a nice little deal. What can I tell you? But a 4th base going down here for Birdkicker. Appears to be in great time. Oh, man, he's just got such a rocking economy. It is going to present a little bit of trouble to RSVP as he moves forward. But he is going to deny the 4th base there for just a second, picking up a kill there as well as forcing the cancel. Not a bad deal. Gateways going down as well as photon cannons here at the 3rd of RSVP, which is about to be complete. Man, this is a tense situation, though, for RSVP. He cannot move out at this point. And now Birdkicker does have a tremendous amount of roaches cruising out across the field. RSVP going to try and buy himself some time here and sees the destructible rocks going down, which is a nice feeling. He says, well, that's going to buy me about 4 seconds. Perfect. Does have a good deal of force fields at the ready. Absolutely going to need them. Does he have anything else that's going to be helpful at this point? I mean, a couple of mortals here. Going to be fairly helpful, but blocking that ramp there as quickly as he can, forcing Birdkicker out, but that's not exactly what he wants to do, really, when it comes down to it. Is he going to get in position to defend this base? I think he's absolutely going to have to do so. Needs the 3rd base. It is a crucial element to his strategy right now. Here comes your roaches. These guys are going to start whapping away at the Nexus. Look at this. Birdkicker just going to focus down the Nexus. Probably going to see him back out there as well. Yep. Nope, he's going to engage here for just a moment. Ooh, good force fields going down. Going to trap a couple of these roaches, forcing the engagement there a little bit. Birdkicker losing a couple roaches here and there. Pretty decent little force fielding, though. Looks like RSVP going to clean up a decent amount of roaches, but oh man, he's really losing some stalkers as well, and that is not a good deal. But this entire base goes down, more roaches streaming out across the map. In production, we have got more roaches, so he is absolutely sticking with just roach play here. They do have that +1 complete. They're about to have +2 missile attack complete. RSVP backing out here to his fallback position. Photon cannon goes down. Roaches getting right up in the face of these stalkers. Are just about one-shotting him here. There's so many roaches out on the field. RSVP under 100 supply right now, and birdkickr approaching maxed out still, losing just a couple roaches here and there. Looks like this probe transfer going down, but man, not even with the kiting here can RSVP deal with this many roaches. Roaches now sniping the robotics. Huge snipe there. Looks like he is going to take this down with a substantial roach push, starting at right around the 14-minute mark. What do you know about that? With +1. Now he's got +2, +1 out on the field, so not too bad there. Defensive position here for RSVP. It is the last stand. Not enough. Thank you guys for coming out. There's the GG from RSVP. birdkickr taking 2 games in a row off of our Protoss players this evening. Nicely done. What can we tell you? Thank you guys again. Don't alt tab. Always on Starcraft. We'll see you guys in the tournament tonight.